going live in the live stream, and the live stream with the live stream with the cat. We should stop. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Didn't know I looked that ugly today. Scared her away with my face. Spooky. It's a live stream. It's a live stream that better not crash. My last live stream crashed twice. That was terrific. That was, just everything I ever wanted and more. But, too much of a good thing isn't a good thing. So if we could avoid the crashes today, that would be swell. That would be super duper ooper swell if we could not have that. I'm not in frame. Roger. Gotta get that nose in there. There you go. And I'm watching from the. I have it pulled up on a different account, so there's just a delay. So I had to wait like a full 5 or so seconds. It wasn't that much, but I had to wait a full 5 seconds to after I moved the camera to see if the camera moved in a proper space to where I got my face. Gotta get that nose in. Can't just not have the nose in the live stream. Oh, there's a little bear peeking up. I don't have my back cushions. That reminds me. One of those stuffed animals is my back cushion, so that I can actually lean back in my live, so I'm not sitting hunched over for an hour. Because I'll do that, and it'll suck, and it will not feel good after an hour. So I'll have to go get that. Once I open up all of my tabs. I'm a little late today, so I don't have all my tabs open. TikTok. TikTok. I'm trying to open all my. Why just TikTok? You open like a bunch of videos. Like, you want this TikTok video? Like, no, I don't. I want to open my TikTok, please. Google, what are you doing? Hello. Hope everyone's doing well. Everyone who's possibly watching this in the live, anyone watching this at a later date. Everything's going. I hope you're doing as well as you can do in this day and age. Hope everyone's having as good a time as they can be having. I forgot to. Can I move you? Yeah. Yeah, I got the power. Hello. Welcome. I'm having a good day today. It wasn't too bad, honestly. Can't complain too much. It was beautiful outside. Beautiful outside today. So I got to go out and get some sun. Open the windows of my house when I got home. It's my Friday, so I got that going for me. Got my weekend coming up. Always good. Needed it. I'm a wimp. I usually work like the 5-day stretches and then get my weekend. I worked a 6-day stretch this week, and I'm like, more. It's just 6 days. I know people work more. I know it's not like that bad, and I know I'm just being a baby, but fucking, I'm tired. I'm tired. And my job has been a lot lately. I gotta get my back braces. Hello. Y'all gay or trans? I am pansexual and non-binary. What do I do for fun? Really do fun things. I got a turtle. This is what I use for back brace in every life. I don't know if I've ever really showed it off. Okay, now that I'm actually seated and situated, I can actually engage with chat. Am I struggling? Always. You're immaterial. Okay. What does that mean? I just, what does what mean? That, like, I don't do fun stuff? What does what mean? I don't do fun stuff, I just kind of don't. I'm not a very fun person. Don't have time for funs. I love the little bear Pokemon. I love the little, just a gummy bear plushie. Um, I don't know. Who has time for fun? Curious binary and another one. I mean, oh, pansexual means I'm attracted to people kind of regardless of gender, males, females, non-binary, just, you know, whatever. Uh, Non-binary is uh, on a gender identity level. I don't really identify with male or female, so just kind of somewhere in the middle. Or somewhere, it's not necessarily in the middle. Mine is somewhere in the middle, but non-binary is just a gender not conforming to the typical binary. Want to get a little more personal? Okay. We can talk. Peanut. Peanut. She's just sniffing a pile of blankets. My cat. Kitten. Hi. We've locked eyes. Hi. Alright, I got a little meow. She acknowledged my existence. I guess that's all I can ask for from a cat. Good evening. What's the key to a successful relationship? Uh, my relationship is love. You gotta love one another. You have to want to be in the thick of it with one another. You know, the good times and bad, sickness and health, which richer for poor, whatever. That's got to be your person, and you got to love them. And if something comes up, you got to be able to figure it out. And if you have any issues with one another or with yourselves or with a relationship, you have to be willing and able to make it work, I'd say. Because, and I say able because I do see some relationships where, like, they love each other and they want to make it work, but it just doesn't. And it just turns corrosive and toxic, and it's just not great. So, you gotta be able to. Um, you just work together, love one another. It's the best advice I can give. And I mean, I don't think I don't think I'm the worst person to get, relationship advice from. I've been with my wife for 13 years, married 5 years, so I know a thing or two about how to have a successful relationship. Good evening, good evening. What is up? Do you think people get scared and kind of unconsciously force themselves to believe in a God? Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, the idea of a God is it's very comforting, and that's one of the attractive features. If there's a God, and if that God's on your side and you're praying to that God, you have this idea that the all-powerful, infinite creator of the universe, everything is in his hands according to his plan, likes you and has your back and has you in his hands. That's comforting. That's a comforting belief. Um, and even, extending to things like the afterlife. If there's a God, that means there's an afterlife. It means our people who we have lost aren't just gone, they don't just essentially cease to exist, that we don't essentially cease to exist. I was thinking about that today, actually. How I really, really hope there's something else. I really hope that there's an afterlife of some sort. I often say stuff like that. I would love there to be a God or afterlife or something else. It's just not there. But the short answer to your question, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people cling to that stuff. when they get scared and whatnot. Oh, I didn't plug in my laptop. Not that that matters to you, because I do my live on my phone. I mean, I use my laptop for the lives, but like, I hit a button. Hopefully, it didn't do anything. It did do something. No, it's just a well-timed pop-up. Anyway, it's a long time. Congrats. You know what I find disgusting is that people try saying you have to be religious in order to be kind to people or do good. That is pretty annoying. I have an entire video about, I think I specifically Christianity hijacking morality. And Christians always arguing you can't be a moral person without Christianity. You know, you say the God of the Bible is terrible, but you don't even have a standard to judge off of, and it's this idea of you can't possibly have any morals without God or Christianity or my belief or anything like that, and it's complete bullshit. It is, to put it in the frankest of terms. And a few more questions, but I don't want to get blocked. I mean, just don't get too, like, don't get offensive or anything. You haven't posted anything so far that even remotely makes me think that you should be blocked, so you're doing fine. Because I could be good and be kind and not religious. You could. Hello, my love. Probably have a higher chance of getting blocked on a religious channel. Probably. I mean, you gotta try with me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've let trolls sit here for like almost the entire hour live stream just berating me, and I just kind of played along with it. I don't know. She said hi, I'm an atheist and gotten blocked. See, I don't like doing that here. I prefer if everyone can come and sit down at the same table here. I think attacking the other members in chat and not stopping is probably the best way to get you blocked. If you attack me, I don't really care, but I want to create kind of like a safe environment for everyone else in chat. So, damn. Oh, did it not put your chat through, Rufus? Because I saw, well, here goes nothing, and then I saw damn. So did it not put your chat through? Took a few years off YouTube lives, and I'm impressed at how many amazing new channels there are. There's some good ones out there. I don't know if I'm one of them, but there's some good ones out there. Nice cut. My haircut, thank you. Finally got my hair dyed. Finally got my blonde back after, like, it's been over a year since I got it dyed, but I think it's been less than a year since I've had blonde. Because I injured my head at the start of 2024, and was injured, had a head injury for like 9 months, so I wasn't messing with hair dyes or anything. Am I circumcised? How did it let you post that? How did that get past? You too, Death Life. How I'm surprised that YouTube allowed. I mean, I don't care that you said it. I'm just shocked. I'm shocked that YouTube just let you slide that in. I've seen YouTube ban the dumbest things to the shadow realm. Where like I'm reading through, it's like, why did this get banned? Why did this get blocked? Like the dumbest things, but they let that in. I'm not going to answer that question. I don't think anybody needs to know what I look like. It's a valid question. But I don't think anyone needs to know what I look like. Some water back here? Yes. I don't know what I have on hand. I was a little late going live, so I just threw everything together, so I think I have everything I need. Probably, hopefully, maybe, I don't know. What's wrong with getting your cat circumcised? I don't know if that. I didn't know that was a thing with cats. I don't know if you're just trolling or what with that question, but I don't know if any other animals have that. It'd be news to me. Immanence and transcendence are to describe God's relationship, presence, and involvement within the world, its diverse interpretation within Torah, Bible, Quran, that causes issues with Jews, Muslims, and Christians. Maybe. My cat keeps drinking water out of the toilet. I'm afraid he's going to catch. Oh no. Maybe. Gotta watch that. I'm glad my cats don't do that. They probably would, actually, if they could. Have my cats ever? No. Have they? I don't think our cats have. I had dogs that would drink out of the toilet. It's gross. No, you're totally kidding. I figured. It's always kind of hard to tell, one with just like chat, because I can't see your face. I can't see I can't see your face. I can't hear the tone of your voice. So I just kind of have to assume what it is. And also, some people have put some wild stuff in my chat, in my comment sections. So maybe that's a whole different question that needs to be put on the table. Should cats be circumcised? Whatever that means. I don't even know what that would mean, and I don't even want to think about it, if I'm going to be honest with you. I need to shave. I just scratched. I took care of my neck beard, but I didn't trim this. 2 more questions. You're good. I got 45 minutes, an hour, still with the live. We're just getting started. Oh. I heard a noise, and my book fell. My book that I haven't even started reading yet. Love the channel, by the way. Well, thank you. I am going to probably, maybe sometime soon, start reading this Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. I've heard it's a crowd favorite in the Christian community, so I want to read it. We'll see if it's any good. I just got done reading Christopher Hitchens' God is Not Great. How religion poisons everything. Rufus, I'm not going to answer that question or read it on the live. We don't talk like that here. I haven't gone swimming in a while. It's been a hot minute. I don't like going to public pools, though. Just not here for it. One more question. Yes, go ahead, Rufus. What do I do? Where am I? Where do I live? Who am I? Please don't judge me too late. There be some judgments, thus far. There do be some judgments thus far. Is that what that button does? I'm learning things. Most interesting. Hello. I'm hoping that my live doesn't crash today. You have returned. Welcome. Last week's live crashed twice. Now I did have pretty good live streams, both of those. One was like 40 minutes, one was like 45 minutes. So I ended up being live longer than usual. Usually I cut it off at like an hour and 15 or something. I was live for like an hour and a half. And had good conversations in both lives. So like we got there. So Yep, I'm not gonna read that either. What outdoor activities do I like doing? Uh, Camping. I haven't gone camping in forever. Hiking's alright. I've enjoyed hiking in the past. I really just like being outside when it's warm and just feeling the sunlight. I do not have any tips, Rufus. Can't say that I am an expert in that category. But I'm sure there's plenty of people on the internet who would uh, have answers for that. Just keep the safe search on so that my fingers bleed. That wasn't so bad. It wasn't. The last one wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. You know, the second to last question, you really set the bar high with like, you know, stuff that shouldn't be said. The last one wasn't as bad. Personally, I've wanted to go on trail walks, but I can't find nobody to go with me. I don't get out of the house ever. I I work 5 days a week, all day. You know, I have to be at work before the sun comes up 5 days a week, so I have to be in bed at a decent time. I'm one of those people who really doesn't operate right if I get like less than 8 hours of sleep, which sucks. Um, so there's a good chunk of my day, and then I come home and I'm a husband and father and homeowner, and yeah, got stuff to do here. Try to make time for religious studies, for live streams, for leisure time. Spend time with my wife on the evenings that she is here, because most evenings she is not. She works in the evenings. Have them take a picture. You know, I'd like to be nice to have somebody there with me just in case I ran into Sasquatch. Have someone take a picture with me and Bigfoot. Yeah. You gotta bring like a tripod or like a selfie stick. I live in Kansas. Is where I live. I feel like a selfie stick would be a good thing to like bring hiking. There's some scenery and stuff. I see a lot of videos on YouTube that like people will post. They're pretty. Some of the people are like cloud chasers, but you know, work's been something else tonight. Work's been something else for the past 2 weeks, and I'm so done with it. And so are a lot of people. Like it's, but we we push forward nonetheless. So unfortunately, we need money. Money. Because money does not buy happiness, but unfortunately, the world runs on money. It's, it doesn't buy happiness, but it can keep my family off the street. So there's that aspect. Man, Kansas, or Kansas, Missouri, Kansas. There's only I'm not in Kansas City. That's the only like Kansas, Missouri, because for some reason they share it. I don't even know how that works exactly. Stay the year in Bonner Springs, Kansas. I think I've been there actually. That rings a bell. Like I think I might have family out there somewhere. You're hey Kay. Howdy howdy. How was work? How was work, sweetie? Did you, I don't know, what do they say? Like, did you make sales? Did you get the promotion? Did you see a Karen? I don't know. Work awful? Sounds about right. No, second work. Do you play video games? When I have time. Um, when I have time, yes. Mostly Minecraft. And when I have, like, I don't really have a whole lot of money for, like new games or whatever, so I just kind of rock with, the games I have. Minecraft, some GTA, Outlast, and a couple others sprinkled in here and there. Money can't buy happiness, but can buy me everything else. Right. It's like, I, I get it. It can't buy happiness, but it gives me a place to stay while I seek happiness. It allows me to not have to worry about money so that I can seek happiness. It's like I have a family, I have a wonderful wife, daughter, like we're good. But like if we could have some extra money, that would be swell. That would solve a lot of our problems. So it doesn't buy happiness, but like can't really search happiness as easily without it. Greetings. Hello. Was actually shocked at how neighborly Kansas is. Like how kind people are. I assume that's what you mean by neighborly. In which case, yeah, we're pretty cool. We're like right outside the Bible Belt. We're in some people's definition of the Bible Belt, especially I live in southern Kansas. Um, I think we're just kind of like outside of it. So we got a lot of Christians, a lot of conservatives, but like they don't go too hard. Mostly pretty chill people. A lot of weird people too. A lot of people who uh, weird, but like the nicest people you'll meet. Always good. Always gotta love it. Ugh. Ugh. Can't be yawning in the live stream. Goodness me. How dare I? How could I possibly? I have been a little sleepier lately. Paige wants to install their service handler. No, what any of that means. Yeah, that's what you meant. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, we got some good people out here. Taylor, I've been craving Taco Bell lately. Don't ask me why. Might need you to order me Taco Bell at some point. Not tonight. Not feeling it tonight. Especially I had a greasy pizza tonight. Don't need to add that in. But like sometime in the near future, might have to hit up Taco Bell. Completely random, unrelated to the topic. Doesn't mean anything to most of the people in this chat. But like, Taco Bell. One time I remember I was in church. The pastor was going off about don't be a lover of money. Money is the root of all evil. stuff like that. Yeah, the usual spiel. But at the end of the service, they were asking people to put their donations in the basket. Yep. I've been seeing news articles about the head of the faith Office of Faith Department or whatever in the federal government, which apparently, unfortunately, exists now, asking for money for prayers. Like, if you give me X amount of money, I'll pray for you to this extent or whatever. I was like, what was that about money again? Yeah, I mean, you see, like these mega churches with their pastors. It's like, hey man, I don't know if you need that much money. It's like when the Notre Dame fire happened, and the Golden Cross survived, and everyone's like, it's a miracle. The cross didn't burn or melt. It's not. It's the fire didn't get hot enough to melt because metal has a different melting burning point than other things, but they don't care about that. But the real question is, why do you have a giant golden cross? Do you, do you, why do you have a giant golden cross? Do we need a giant golden cross in the church? Is that necessary? What game consoles do you have? I usually just play on my laptop. I have a gaming laptop. Uh, because I don't know why. I know it's not the most ideal thing for like gaming, but I have it. And I also have an Xbox One uh, over yonder that I sometimes fire up, but usually I'm just on the gaming laptop. I got a comment recently uh, in my post of Christians read your Bibles sincerely an atheist, just because, please. It's one thing, I say this all the time, or at least I've been saying it more recently. It's one thing if you've read the Bible, you know what's in it, and like we disagree on what it means or stuff like that. That's one thing. It's another thing when it is very clear that you have never read the thing and you haven't even read the source material. You have literally absolutely no idea what you're talking about, and yet you're still in my comment section trying to argue with me about it. Just read the because it's your holy book. It's your Bible. I feel like you should know it. I feel like you should know it better than me. Uh, and someone responded, "Read your Bibles for sure. I do, and I found full truth in all the correctly translated parts." When I hear stuff like that, when people talk about correct translations, one of two things comes to mind. Either one, a scholar who has devoted time and effort in like academic studies, proper studies, to figure out how well different versions of the Bible have been translated, and who read some of the Hebrew manuscripts or whatever that we have, or whatever else have you, that like really know it. And then there's people who like don't like certain parts, so they go, oh, that must be a translation error, or that one, don't take that out of context because there's this other part that makes it better even though it doesn't, or oh no, that's not what he meant, or we don't have to follow that anymore, or just like twisting. So I don't know. I don't feel like a channel my size has very many biblical scholars in it, so it seems like this person's probably the latter. Which of course they're not here to defend themselves, so it's shitty for me to point out. But I mean, I guess I do that in all of my videos. I mean, they can watch the video. It's their fault for not watching my hour-long live streams. Um, I just feel like truth and all the correctly translated parts. I just want to know their criteria of how they figure out if it's correctly translated, and if that criteria is simply based on what I like and what I don't like. So ready to be home? Yeah, I'm ready to have you home. Have I ever gone paintballing? A couple times. Not really my cup of tea. I had fun. Uh, that's not true. I didn't really have fun the first time. We went to like a paintball place where like it is paintballing and they had like the paintballs. That wasn't very fun. And then I went paintballing with a buddy of mine and some of his friends on like his grandpa's land, and they had basically a junkyard like on their land, and we went paintballing there. That was really 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 fun. Did enjoy that. Uh, we got in trouble for paintballing some things that weren't supposed to be paintballed, but we we were kids. I don't know how old we were. We were teenagers, high school, college. I have no idea. Still young and stupid. I still think I'm young and stupid, so like even more younger and stupider. It wouldn't be my first choice of like things to do. But I also I'm a weird person. I find myself not enjoying a great many things that people say are fun. It's just, I don't know. My brain's weird. I got that trauma and depression and stuff, so already like my fun and happy centers in my brain just kind of don't do their job. They just kind of like aren't functioning, burned out a little bit. So maybe that's part of it. But yeah, yes, I don't find fun in many of the things that other people find fun. But oh well, it is what it is. That's why earlier when someone asked like, "What do you do for fun?" It's a weird word to my brain. Fun, happy. Those words just kind of like I don't have the proper inputs or outputs or whatever for those things in my brain. Oh, 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 goodness me. No yawning in the live stream. I don't usually yawn in the live streams. just, I'm just sleepies. Just sleepies. You ever just get sleepies? I had in a video I posted recently saying how God's responsible for everything, even all like the evil in the world, because He created everything. He's in charge. He's responsible for everything. I mentioned the Bible verse in I think it's Isaiah, where it says, I create uh, peace and evil, light and darkness, and whatever else. And I mentioned it, and I put the Bible verse on screen, but I mentioned like in passing, like you don't even need to point out that verse to like see that he is still responsible for all the evil. And I had somebody in my comment section who they're like responding to someone else. They're like, there's a verse. I think it was like in Jeremiah where he says like I create light and darkness and all this stuff. It's like, hey, first off, we don't need that verse. Second off, it's it was like a 90-second video, 30-second video. I don't know. No, it was like 3 minutes. I don't know. But like, did you watch it? Did you watch the video before commenting? I find myself asking people that sometimes in my head because I don't usually get their comments. But it's like, did you? It's one thing if you like disagree with what I say. It's another thing when you ask a question or make a comment that shows that like you didn't even watch it, and now you're trying to throw hands in the comment section. You didn't even watch the video above the yeah. I don't know. You got to try a little harder than that. You're still young and stupid, but with a paycheck. Fair. But without the freedom to, like, use the paycheck for fun things. I got bills. I got bills. Jesus loves you, brother? Okay. I don't really believe any of us have ever met the guy. But, assuming he existed, he seemed like, he loved some people. Why did I just click? Uh, Praying for you. I appreciate the sentiment. I do appreciate it. Got a lot of people praying for me. Maybe one day it'll do something. You never really know. Maybe there is something else out there. Again, I would like there to be something else out there, but I don't know. Exor first. I'm sorry, I don't know how to read that. Love you, Drew. Jesus loves you. Cool. I don't really believe Jesus is like around anymore to love anybody, but like, cool. Or if he is, cool. It's great. Uh, if the Christian God is real, I'd have some feelings about him that I don't know if love would be at the top of the list of the descriptors, but I don't know. Not bad, but cool. Maybe he won't burn me in hell for all of eternity. Therefore. I'm going to make myself something to eat. Peace and love, Drew. Peace and love, Death Life. Good seeing you. Thank you for stopping by. I've been rereading the Gospels lately, and it always just makes me laugh. Maybe you got a friend in me. Well, thank you. And it always just makes me laugh seeing Jesus. It's just like, be more Christ-like. Jesus was quite condescending to people and seemed regularly annoyed and irritated at the incompetence in the uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Not quite good enoughness of the people around him. He just a lot of the times he just seems annoyed and frustrated, and he chews out the religious authority, and it's just like, you know what? Maybe we're a little bit more Christ-like than we think. It's like, you faithless generation, how much longer must I be with you? Just like, how much? It's, take me out. Take me out. But then, he's begging later on not to be taken out. I guess he changed his mind or whatever, but... And, I get it. I sometimes am dealing with people, and it's just like, if the meteor hit right now, I wouldn't be upset. If the asteroid hit the Earth right now, I wouldn't be upset. But then, like, obviously, if the asteroid came hurtling to Earth, I'd be like, no, I was kidding. Please, no, I don't know. I was talking about that today with someone. Like, I guess the asteroid that's heading towards us is now even less likely to hit, or like has been confirmed that it's going to miss us. And a small part of me is like, damn, it's a shame. It's a real shame. You know what I'm craving right now? A cheese quesadilla. I was just talking to you a little bit ago. You might not have heard me. I've been craving Taco Bell. I don't know if I'm craving it tonight though. I might be craving it tonight. I mean, it would be too late when you get off anyway to order, but like maybe sometime in the next couple of days, you and I can get Taco Bell or something. I feel like I need more back brace because like I still find myself. I need to be able to sit back and talk to y'all, and I don't feel like I'm doing that. Still end up leaning forward. That's not as bad. I can rock with that. Still slouched. Whatever. I don't have that proper posture. Is what it is. Anyway, Jesus. Yeah. attitudes. He flipped tables. He was hungry and went to a fig tree because he thought it might have figs on it, and it didn't, and he got upset and he cursed it and killed it. Even though in the book of Mark it said it wasn't the season for figs, like it's not the fig trees. If you're God, you created the season for figs. There's not, you should have been doing your ministry in the season for figs, I guess. But whatever. But since the fig tree wasn't producing figs, because it wasn't the season for figs, he cursed it for all of eternity and withered and died. Some translations immediately, or some gospel accounts instantly. Some gospel accounts sometime after he walked away, or whether I think we're a lot more. I think a lot of us are a little bit more Christ-like than we think sometimes. She's just, and the amount of times she's like, "You have little faith. You have little faith," and it's just like he's condescending. He's condescending. He's got that attitude, and I kind of love it. My favorite story of the Bible is still with the woman with the issue of blood who touches his cloak, and he's got this whole crowd of people pushing up against him, and she sneaks up, touches his cloak, and she's healed. And Jesus stops and he's like, "Who touched me?" And his disciples are like, this whole crowd of people pushing up against you, and you just asked, "Who touched me?" And I love passages like that in the Bible because it just gives a little humanity. He turned a whole crowd pushing against him, and he stops and says, "Someone touched me," and his disciples are like, "Brother." A lot of people did. It's a little bit of that humanity brought to the Bible. I missed if you're in Kansas City, or Kansas City, Missouri. I am in southern Kansas, so I am in neither. I am not in Kansas City. I've thought about moving up there. Thought about it. But, no. Ain't done it yet. I'd like to move elsewhere. Somewhere elsewhere. I don't know. Can't really move anywhere. Everything's expensive. And all my family and friends live here. It's like my support system. Like if my wife and I's work schedules overlap, or we want a date night or someone, we have multiple people who we can ask to watch our daughter for us. Can't do that if they're hours away. Is it an okay area to live in, I guess? I don't like downtown. Yeah, I probably wouldn't like it either. I'm not a city person. Not for me. Hi, kitten. Hi, kitten. I don't know if you heard, my cat Snickers just walked in and just announced her presence. Just meow. Hi. 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 Hi, my love. Hi. Hi. Come up here. There's a table there. I can't very easily bend down and pick you up at the table there. I know. But the table, my love. Oh, oh. Cat. Big purring kitten. 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 had 2 cats on screen in this live. And then I interacted with Peanut, and she gave me a slight meow over yonder. But she didn't go over here. Please be gone. Hey. Don't hit the edge of the table. Where were we? Distracted by the kitten. Where's that speck? Hi. I blocked her. I thought she was gonna jump down, and I didn't want to like scratch herself on like the corner of the table. And she is now rubbing her face against the corner of the table. So clearly unbothered. Clearly she doesn't care. Hey. Hi. There we go. Hi. Lay up against me. Somebody commented on my last live, one of the ones where the live crash and like seems like God's trying to stop you from talking. Maybe. One thing that I hear often, more in my closer circle of friends and family, but also every now and then in the comment section, is Catholicism. How it's the one true church, how we have, or I guess not we anymore, I'm not a part of it anymore, but like how it has unbroken apostolic succession through the Holy Spirit from Peter to the current Pope, and why all these other denominations are wrong. And I was raised Catholic. I went to Catholic school, K through 12th grade, and I got that drilled into me of why the Catholic Church, not only why the Catholic Church is right, but why the Catholic Church is right and what other denominations get wrong. Especially Protestantism was the one that, I know I stopped petting you, especially Protestantism was the one that got pooed on the most in my education. Judaism got some too. I remember Judaism being spoken out against, taught against in class 2. Like, they don't understand the Messiah already came and they're still waiting for the Messiah. So whatever. Protestants, just have it wrong. And there were a couple, especially there was a church history class that kind of went and broke down some of the denominations a little bit more. And I kind of like that teacher because like he was willing to point out some of like the flaws in the church's history. But like kind of. Like he's like the first 2 crusades were like pretty good, not too bad, and then the rest of them happened, and he's just kind of like he mentioned it while glossing past it. I don't know. It's I don't know how much he'd be able to get away. I don't know how much he would be able to get away with shitting on it and like still keep his job. But also he said that the first 2 were like fine, and like neither of them were really fine. So hi. You just need attention. Hi. Kitten. She just wants attention. She just wants attention. here. Hold on, I gotta get the gummy bear back in the shot. There he is. Even though I'm not in the shot. The gummy bear is more important, as long as the gummy bear is in the shot. But no, and then studying Christianity more and the different denominations and church history and whatnot, I realized Catholicism is like one of the worst, one of like the least Christ-like, one of the most messed up denominations. And a lot of the rest of the world, a lot of the rest of the denominations agree on that, even though they don't agree like with each other on like they still think each other's bad. A lot of them seem to be like, yeah, but Catholicism though, whole other level of wrong entirely, and it's so weird because I was raised to believe that was the one, that was the right one. It's interesting. It's so interesting. I was talking to someone today, a sibling of mine, who is, I don't like getting personal and like talking about like personal people in my life. It's like the most impersonal way. A sibling of mine, not like a dear brother or sister who I love and grew up with. Not like this sibling. In my attempt to be as least specific about them as possible and like keep their personal stuff out of my business, I made it sound so disingenuous. Uh, but a sibling of mine I was talking to today, um, and they were talking about how uh, they never really believed it. They got the same Catholic education as me, same Christianity. They never really believed it. They thought it was all just a myth made up. These stories like Adam and Eve. There's like that didn't actually happen, and like we'd be sitting in adoration, and they were just kind of like sit there, like we're supposed to pray or whatnot. You just kind of like sit there or whatever. And I'm just sitting here like, oh no, I was in it. I believed those stories. When I was in adoration, I was silently meditating, trying to get a message from God, praying to God, or reading the Bible, or doing a combination of the three, or something along those lines. I never liked like guided meditation, where like we're all here and like we have a leader who's saying a prayer and walking us through something. I always preferred just I always I mean this is kind of just across the board for my Christian upbringing. I always just preferred to just let me talk to God, let me have a relationship with God. I always preferred that over the laws of the church, the formalities of it, the um, the repetitive prayers, the guided the mass, the guided meditation or whatever. It's just like let me have God. Uh, it's not really. I don't know. So it makes sense that like even before I stopped being a Christian, but as I after I had already had some time to deconstruct, following the laws of the church and whatnot were like one of the first things to go. Like I very soon stopped going to mass. I moved out with my girlfriend who I wasn't married to. Uh, it's just like immediately those laws were the first thing to go. The religion was the first thing to go. But the relationship I still hung on to for until my early 20s. So it's just it's interesting. Interesting to think about life, how our beliefs change, how we can be raised in a system of beliefs and really hold to that system of beliefs and think that it's like the end all be all correct, then find out it's not. And I do remember one of the steps away from the religion of Catholicism, Christianity was as I was diving into my studies and learned more about how harmful and nonsensical Christianity is. I just that and going to a public college, stepping out of the Christian bubble into the secular world with the secular heathens or whatever, and finding people, humans just like me, some good, some bad, and just a combination of those two things. I remember feeling like I had just walked out of a long dark tunnel into like the real world, and just turned back and I'm like, wow, that was all bullshit back there. And I remember that step very well and very fondly. And now here I am. Once having believed that I had a good relationship with God, dedicated to Him, following His paths, wanting to spend my life defending Him, thought that I could never, ever, ever be convinced that He's not real. I could never, ever lose my faith. And here I am, speaking out against Him, not believing in Him, speaking out against Him. It's so weird. Looking back on my life as a Christian, back to when I was in it, and firmly believed it. And it's just the 180 I've done on some of my belief systems and whatnot is insane. Absolutely insane. But I do think that is about all I'm going to do for tonight. Thank you all so much, everyone who stopped by. I know a lot of you aren't still here. That's fine. Anyone willing to stop by even for a second? Yes, I'm going to give my whole spiel. Anyone who is willing to stop by for even a second, it's greatly appreciated. I'm a random nobody on YouTube, nobody really special. So anyone willing to give me any kind of time is greatly appreciated, especially people who stay in chat, people who come back to live streams, who frequent live streams or will come and see multiple live streams. Anyone watching this video later on, you're really, really awesome. If you watch my live streams that like you miss, and you sit there and watch the whole hour and however many minute live stream after the fact, shout out to you. That's insane. I don't think I'm that special. I don't think I'm worth that time. But it's greatly appreciated. Any amount of support, any chats, likes, comments, follow, subscriptions. Nobody owes me anything, and I don't really think I deserve much, anything at all. Sense of morality versus karma is not the same. I'd agree. But thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I hope you have an amazing rest of your night, day, whenever you're watching this. I usually go live every Tuesday night at about 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I have another kitten on me. Please don't fight on my lap. Just give kisses. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.